nearly 1,000 years ago, the Ethiopian king Lalibela ordered the construction of 11 monolithic churches carved from solid rock. This impossible feat was accomplished in just 2 decades, according to legend, with the help of angels. But what drove him to build this second Jerusalem? Lalibela was born in 1162 to a housemaid of a former ruler of the Zagwe dynasty in modern-day Ethiopia. According to legend, his birth was marked with a swarm of bees surrounding his infant body, thus inspiring his mother to name him Lalibela, which means, bees obey him. As Lalibela got older, he was exiled to prevent him from taking over the throne, which was occupied by his half-brother. Tradition holds that when he was about 19 years old, Lalibela was miraculously transported to Jerusalem, where Jesus Christ gave him a tour of the holy city. Christ told him that upon returning home, Lalibela would become the new king, and that he had to build a second Jerusalem. Some sources interpret his miraculous pilgrimage as a vision, which divinely inspired Lalibela to build a new pilgrimage site, partially as an answer to the upcoming Muslim conquest of Jerusalem in 1187, which impeded Christian pilgrimages to the Holy City. Not much is known about how he managed to overtake his brother, but Lalibela indeed became the king of the Zagwe dynasty in 1181. Some sources state that he found allies among the Amhara people, who helped him seize the throne. With his reign secured and the divine mission on his hands, Lalibela began to work. The 11 churches were carved from volcanic rock, ranging in size from approximately 270 to 8,400 square feet. They're divided into 2 main groups, north and south, separated by a trench symbolizing the River Jordan. In the north group we have House of Virgins, dedicated to Christians who were martyred during Emperor Julian's reign. Golgotha, named after the place where Jesus Christ was crucified. House of Mary, dedicated to Saint Mary and is said to be the oldest one on the site. House of the Savior of the World, contains the Lalibela cross, a 15-pound ornamented brass cross dating back to the 12th century. House of the Cross. This church is ornamented with 10 arcades symbolizing the 10 Commandments. In the south group, we have House of Abbot Libanos, dedicated to one of the 9 saints who spread Christianity to Ethiopia in the 5th century. House of Emmanuel, the most detailed and likely served as the private chapel for the royals. House of Gabriel Raphael, served as a fortified gate to the complex before it was reconstructed into a church. House of Holy Bread, dedicated to Bethlehem, where Jesus Christ was born. House of Saint Mercurius, dedicated to the holy soldier Saint Mercurius, who stood up against the Christian persecution under Emperor Decius. The final church of the complex, the House of St. George, is unaffiliated with the former groups. It was likely built last and features unique cruciform architecture. The churches are connected by trenches and tunnels, with the entire complex spanning 60 acres. From its inception to this day, the Lalibela Church Complex has served as a Christian pilgrimage site. It stands as one of, if not the holiest sites of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, which is renowned for its deep-rooted tradition. Ethiopia was one of the first nations to adopt Christianity, all thanks to a Phoenician Christian, Frumentius, who was taken captive during his voyage to India. He earned the goodwill of the leaders of the Kingdom of Aksum and became a teacher of the young prince Izana, eventually converting him to Christianity. A few decades later, Frumentius became the Bishop of Aksum, and Izana adopted Christianity as the religion of his kingdom. Today, the Orthodox Tewahedo Church is the largest Oriental Orthodox church in the world, with about 35 million adherents, and the Lalibela Church Complex stands as a monumental symbol of its faith. In 1978, this church complex was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site and it receives about 100,000 pilgrims every year, all sprouting from the ambition of a 19-year-old leader 800 years ago.